Hi everyone, again welcome back to my channel Unfinished Curious Minds. Today in this video we will discuss about what is fluorine dating. So basically fluorine dating comes under the type of relative dating. There are some of the videos that I have made earlier on datings in archaeology and the types of dating, which is absolute dating. The in the absolute dating part comes under the radiocarbon dating, dendrochronology, and thermoluminescence. And in the relative dating section, I have already uploaded two videos, which is on stratigraphy, which is a very integral part of the integral technique that is used by an archaeologist, and another one which I uploaded yesterday, which is on seriation. And today this video is mainly on the fluorine dating. So let's begin to the introduction part of the fluorine dating. Let's get started. As I was discussing in the introduction of this video about fluorine dating, the fluorine dating which comes under the relative dating. So it is a method used by archaeologists and paleontologists to determine the relative age. As you heard the term relative dating, it means the relative age of archaeological remains. It could be skeletal remains or bones or some sort of pottery. But specifically, while talking about the fluorine dating, it is mainly the prime two component of the study is based on the skeletal remains or specifically bones. So this technique is based on the principle that buried bone absorb the fluorine and from the surrounding soil and groundwater over time. So the longer a bone remains buried, the more fluorine it absorbs, which somehow allows researchers to estimate its relative age by comparing the fluorine content of different bones found in the same site. Now, if I try to break it down more for you guys, if you for you all, so talking about the chemical basis, now bones are porous. We all are aware of the fact that bones are porous and can also absorb various chemicals. So fluorine is one of the chemical, and the fluorine iron which is present in the groundwater. This absorption is gradual and also cumulative. So older bones generally contain more fluorine than younger bones. In the relative dating, fluorine dating is not an absolute dating method. By meaning this, it can provide it surely cannot provide an exact age in years. Instead, it is used to determine whether the bones are older or younger. So, by this applying, we get to know that the each other within the same archaeological context. Now, when it comes to the application part, fluorine dating is definitely useful in various cases where multiple sets of remains are found in the same area. By comparing the fluorine levels in the different bones, archaeologists can definitely assess their relative ages, which can help establish sequence of occupation or usage at a site. Now there are some of the limitations. Talking about the limitation, first thing which comes on my mind is the environmental influence. The rate of the fluorine absorption can vary based on local environmental conditions such as soil composition, and the obviously groundwater flow makes it difficult to compare bones from different sites. Talking about another point, which is non-applicability to all bones. When I am throwing a point like this, what does it actually mean? or what I try to explain it by this particular point. Again, if you take again, if an archaeologist try to apply this fluorine dating, it is not only applicable to bones which is found in the same sedimentary context, but it cannot date bones found in isolation. So, uh, when talking about the dating, what comes naturally into our minds, it's like carbon dating. So, carbon dating comes under the absolute dating method. But here, in this case of fluorine dating, unlike radiocarbon or uranium series dating, fluorine dating do not provide an absolute age in years, so it is often used in conjunction with other dating method. It also is very historical use. Means fluorine dating gained fame in archaeology during the investigation of the Piltdown Man, a supposed missing link fossil which is found in England in around 1912. By using this technique revealed that the Piltdown fossil contained a significantly less fluorine than genuine ancient bone, exposing the find as a fraud. In practice, so fluorine dating is now largely supplemented by more precise method like radiocarbon dating for bones, but it remains a useful tool for preliminary assessment. Not only this, but establishing these relative timelines in archaeological digging. So, fluorine dating has been historically useful in archaeology and anthropology, particularly for dating bone finds relative to each other within the same context. However, this method also has specific limitations, as I was talking about, that somehow make it less commonly used today compared to other dating methods. There are some uh, advantages of fluorine dating, which is useful for relative chronology. Fluorine dating is definitely helpful when establishing a relative chronology of bones within the same site. This is definitely a valuable for creating a timelines of occupation or use of a site. Non-destructive analysis. Now, what is non-destructive analysis when it comes to fluorine dating? Advantages of fluorine dating: unlike some chemical analysis method, fluorine dating does not significantly alter or destroy bone samples, which helps them, which helps actually preserving them for another form of analysis. So, there are some couple of other advantages of it. Now, which fluorine dating is also very effective for preliminary investigation. For archaeological sites which are lacking organic materials, or where radiocarbon dating is not an option, fluorine dating can provide initial insight to determine if the bones are uh, contemporary or form or some or it belongs to the ancient time frame. It also helps in dictating the forageries. Uh, uh, for example, the Piltdown Man case, the fluorine dating can help verify the authenticity of the fossils or skeletal remains by identifying inconsistency in fluorine absorption, uh, which basically reveals fakes or forgery. Now, there are a couple of disadvantages of fluorine dating. Obviously, it belongs to the relative datings. It is one of the type of relative dating, so definitely it cannot provide a precise age, which actually radiocarbon dating does. So this is one of the drawback of this research technique. Another one is a variable fluorine absorption rate. Now, the rate at which bones absorb fluorine varies depends on the uh, soil chemistry, groundwater flow, and environmental condition. So these variations makes it difficult to compare bones from different sites or even from different layers within the same site. It is also somehow that fluorine dating requires groundwater that contains dissolved fluorine and soil that promotes fluorine absorption in bones. Bones buried in dry or highly acidic environments, which may not absorb significant fluorine, uh, which further makes this uh, specific technique ineffective. Also, inability to date isolated finds. Since fluorine dating relies on comparison, it cannot be used on isolated bones or remains without other samples to act as reference point. Now, after discussing these advantages and disadvantages of this fluorine dating method, I would love to give some examples of fluorine dating or cases in archaeology. Um, I have discussed about the Piltdown Man, which is around 1912, is one of the most famous cases where fluorine dating was instrumental, and a skull and jawbone thought to be belong to an early human ancestor were discovered in England, and these finds seem to support a missing link between apes and humans. However, around 1950s, fluorine dating showed that the skull contained less fluorine than genuine ancient bones from the era, and these revealed that the skull was much younger than previously thought. And somehow these analysis confirmed it, that this case. Now there are other examples: Neanderthal and early human sites in Europe. Fluorine dating has been used to establish relative dating sequence as Neanderthal and early human sites. By comparing the fluorine content of different bones within these sites, researchers have been able to place them within a broader timeline and better understand the coexistence and possible interactions of this population. Another case, which is known as the Hopewell burial mounds. So, while archaeology studying Native American Hopewell burial mounds in North America used fluorine dating to determine the relative ages of different bones found in the same mounds. By analyzing the fluorine content, they could differentiate that older burials from the more recent ones, providing insight into burial practices and cultural changes over time. Modern use of fluorine dating, while fluorine dating is no longer a primary dating tool due to development of absolute dating method like radiocarbon and uranium series dating, it is still uh, has niche applications. It can be used as a supplementary technique in initial site analysis to validate the authenticity of finds, or to sort samples into general time periods before more precise method are applied. I hope this video is insightful to you all, as I believe I have tried my best to explain on fluorine dating and the relative dating portion, and all over the dating the series, that I'll try to make it as a playlist for you all. It would be then very easily accessible and go through all the videos. um, if you have some queries, or if you have some suggestion on this particular topic, or in general in anthropology or prehistoric archaeology, then do feel free to comment down below, or try to contact and reach me, and I'll try my best to explain and learn from you guys. Thank you. Please do subscribe my channel and like, comment and share to your friends and families. Thank you.